Hi everyone. Today we will be pitching about the effect of the rise of basic goods. Let me introduce the participant first. First, we have Arisha Nadia going to pitch representing a private company perspective. Second, we have No Natasha going to pitch representing NGO perspective. Third, we have ILHAMINA Damia going to pitch representing society perspective. And at last, we have me, FARHAN HAKIMI, is going to pitch representing government perspective. So let us start with first presenter. And remember, the time limit is 3 minutes per presenter. You may start now.
Thank you to Farhan. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the first person that will discuss about the effect of rising price of basic good. The core problem we aim to address is the escalating price of basic good and essential. This issue is worth addressing due to its widespread impact on individuals, families and community. As the price rise, it becomes difficult for people to afford necessity of life, leading to economic hardship. The severity of this problem cannot be understated. Rising price of basic good affects people all across the income level, but especially impact low income individual and family. This can lead to food insecurity, inadequate access to healthcare, and reduced opportunity for education and personal development. If nothing is done to address the rising of price of basic goods, the consequences will be far-reaching. Families will struggle to make ends meet, leading to increased stress, mental health issues, and strained relationships. Children health and education will suffer, widening the gap between the privileged and the marginalized. The impact of rising price falls on everyone, but it hits certain population the hardest, including low-income individual, the elderly, and marginalized community. These groups are often least equipped to adapt the cost of increase and the limited access to resources that could help them weather the storm. We propose the private company play a vital role in addressing this issue by committing to ethical price and community engagement. Private company need to prioritize affordability, quality and sustainability in their operation. Here are how they can do. The first one, by cost transparency. Companies should be transparent about their pricing structure, disclosing the factors that contribute to the cost increase. This fosters trust and help consumers understand why the price is fluctuated. Second, community engagement. Private company should should actively engage with local community, supporting initiatives that provide essential goods to those in need. This includes partnering with food banks, supporting affordable housing, and investing in community health programs. And the last one is long-term commitment. Rather than focusing solely on short-term profit, private companies should commit to a long-term strategy that prioritizes the well-being of their customer and the community. This solution is feasible and scalable because it is leverage that resource and capability of private company. Company that implement this practice can maintain their profit and also while positively impacting the society. Uh, to conclude, we urge private company to take a lead in addressing the rising price of basic goods. By doing so, they can contribute to a more stable society while maintaining their own financial success. Let's work together to ensure that everyone has access to affordable essentials, safeguarding the well-being and future prosperity for all our community. It is not just a moral imperative, but it is also a smart business decision that benefit all of us. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the first presenter. And we welcome our next presenter, Nor Natasha, to represent NGO perspective. You may start now.
Okay, thank you, Farhan. Ladies and gentlemen, The rising cost of basic goods has emerged as a major concern in modern society. This issue has a great impact on the individuals, household, and society. When the prices of basic goods increase, it can affect the cost of living for people in our country. It can also lead to financial strain and poverty. For the long-term effect, it can affect the people of nation, especially especially low-income families and the elderly. If no action is taken to address this issue, this can result in increased poverty because families may struggle to afford basic needs such as nutritious food, housing, healthcare, and education. The country's economic growth will also be affected due to the lack of people purchasing power. So today, I will represent myself on behalf of NGO. I think NGOs and government should do collaboration. Collaboration can contribute to increase public trust and acceptance of implemented sustainable solution. When government and NGOs work together, it demonstrates a commitment to working in the best interest of citizens. Other than that, NGOs also need to provide emergency aid and support to communities that are affected. This may not include distributing food, uh, but also organizing healthcare services and offering financial assistance to those in immediate need. So I hope all of us can take part and work together to overcome this issue. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you for our second presenter. And next, we welcome our third presenter, Ilhamina Damia, is going to be representing society perspective. And you may start now.
Thank you, Farhan. Today, I would like to discuss a critical issue that affects us all, the escalating prices of basic goods and their impacts on society. Imagine a world where simple necessities like food, housing, and clothing become out of reach for the average persons. This alarming situation is not a far-off possibility. It's happening right now. The soaring cost of everyday items is more than just a financial worry. It threatens our very way of life, impacting everyone but hitting those in financial trouble the hardest. The gravity of this situation cannot be understated. It's not merely about having to cut back on expenses, it's about the real danger of many people being unable to afford basic needs. This leads to growing financial struggles, hitting the poorest families and individuals the hardest. If we don't act, this problem could lead to a growing gap between the wealthy and the poor. The long-term effects are especially worrying for those who are already struggling financially. In in a society where basic goods become a luxury, our collective well-being and unity are at risk. Our vision is to create a fair and equal society that rises to meet these challenges. We stand for a world where access to essential items is a basic right, not a luxury. Our aim is clear and important, which is to make sure that no one is left behind as price rises. To tackle this, we suggest setting up fair rules to control and keep the prices of essential goods stable. This requires teamwork between the government and the businesses to make sure these rules are followed properly. Our plan balances the need for businesses to make a profit with making sure basic goods are affordable for everyone. We want to introduce rules that keep prices reasonable, along with regular checks to make sure these rules are followed. This approach is not just doable, but it can be adjusted to fit different areas and economic conditions. Lastly, I call on each of you to be part of this movement. Talk to your community leaders, support businesses that focus on fair pricing, and help spread the word about the need for affordable basic goods. Your voice matters. Together, we can create a fairer, more sustainable world. Let's unite for a future where everyone can afford the essential. To close, I would like to leave you with a quote by Franklin Roosevelt, which is the test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much, but whether we provide enough for those who have little. Thank you. That's all from me.
All right, thank you for that pitching. And now I am going to pitch representing government perspective as the last presenter. So the main issue discussed today is the effect of rising prices of basic goods. Today, I want to persuade the audience to acknowledge the effect of rising prices of basic goods, for they can overcome this issue together with the government to changes in monthly expenses along with financial aid from the government. But why is it worth addressing? It is because of the severity of the problem, which including costs of living increases, which include health, transportation, education, and agriculture, cutting of subsidies, ban export or import from or to other country, a government had to make bond and loan with other country and a weakening currency. And this will affect to the whole nation, which is include all Malaysian. So if we done nothing, we may face further impact like poverty increase, mental health increase, crime increase, higher living costs than it should be, and brain drain. So as the government of Malaysia, the government should provide financial aid, higher median wages, strengthening fiscal and financial policy for strengthening currency, reduce taxes on basic goods, establish good relationship with other nations, promote local product and imported, call for all private company to reduce price, urge GLC to produce more quantity of basic goods and give good prices, and last, collaboration with NGOs like Food Basket Program. So the government also should explain the implementation with details about targeted group like financial aid for target group like B40 and M40. And next, increase median wages, reduce outflow currency, increase FDI, support local product program, and campaign or awareness talk collaboration with NGOs. And at last, this solution will provide a sustainable effect to not to depend foreign or imported products. We must produce more quantities of products that will reduce prices. The government should give financial aid which increases purchasing power. The government also should increase financial resources with increasing FDI and taxes. And the government also should promote more campaigns about supporting local product, which help to lower the price of basic goods with increased production of basic goods and educate the people. And at last, call for action. I hope the people can understand the challenge we are facing and together we change our lifestyle toward better prosperity of the country. I think that's all for fishing today from Group 2. Thank you.